Today, we're visiting Cornville, Arizona. Now I know what you're thinking. Where is that? As a native Arizonian, I thought the exact same thing. But this is Arizona's wine country. Let's check it out.
This is your own small batch.
So this is our small batch.
Stop it.
Vintage 2019 cab, and we aged it in a bourbon barrel just for you. Oh. Yeah, see, even Debo loves that.
Oh my God. You found a way to live your passions and make a little money from it at the same time.
Ideally, yeah.
Music, wine, nature, like, I mean, you're
synchronistically, that came together without my intention.
Yeah.
Honestly, I say it's the ultimate wine country weekend getaway because it engages all of those senses: music, wine. We're in a beautiful property in the nature. Plus, Dawn and I are kick-ass and fun to be around. So you get to hang out with us.
Right.
We curate your whole thing, and it's just awesome.
How many people can you host at once in this location?
Ideally 12.
Because you just bought this as a house to live in, right?
I have a builder's background, so I did a lot of renovations. A couple of the rooms had already set up 2 entries, 2 of the rooms did.
Oh, nice, okay.
And then it's had this really big, great room where we do our concerts and stuff. I thought, man, we could set this up, do exclusive shows, have it very intimate, seat 20, 30 people maybe, and then have people's minds just completely blown. Like, what? It's like we're sitting in this house watching these great artists.
Yeah.
Then Dawn was like, we need to get some groups in here and some corporations and doing retreats, and it has blossomed.
When we have groups, we have different types of groups. We'll have families or friends that just want to have a reunion or celebrate a birthday party. We host some weddings. Also do corporate retreats. We do a welcome toast and we explain what's going to happen with the weekend, divvy out rooms. We have dinner, music show. Then the next morning we serve brunch. Then we go on a wine tour and we take you behind the scenes to the best wineries in the area. Some of those can be customized. We'll add in breweries and our favorite brew hall. We'll host games or karaoke, trivia. I like to ask people, what did you learn from each other that you didn't already know? Because there's always something, and people kind of come out of their shell here.
All right, gang, so we are off to a family winery, Javelina Leap. We just passed Page Spring Cellars. That's one of the largest wineries in the area. Oak Creek Winery is a small family-owned winery. They do very well. Cornville's the Napa of Arizona.
Cornville is the Napa of
Literally
Arizona.
what they're called.
Right?
It's crazy.
And how many wineries are here total?
In Arizona, we have 170.
This area is Jerome to Sedona, 28, I think, between tasting rooms and vineyards. And this is Javelina Leap. And Javelina Leap is a family-owned winery. They are one of the pioneers of the wineries in the state of Arizona. Really down-to-earth, beautiful environment. And we'll be able to check out some of the new blossoms in the vineyards, and we'll taste some of the wine.
Steve, tell us a little bit about how Javelina Leap started.
Well, Rod and Cynthia bought the raw land here over 20 years ago. Right here we have 8 acres under vine. Zinfandel mostly. We also have a vineyard south of here with 14 acres under vine. Kind of a hidden gem up here. Even folks that come to Sedona to hike don't necessarily know that there is an AVA here, a viticulture area right here in Cornville. So come on down and drink some fantastic Arizona wine is kind of what we're saying.
I remember coming here the first time and just what a great experience it was. Because I was never a big fan of wine. I'm not a big wine drinker. I became in love with wine because of this place. Because of the first time that I tried the red wine, and I was like, this is like bourbon with a little bit of, this is like a sour, whiskey sour almost. This is incredible. Why does this area produce such great wine?
The difference between the temperatures at night, it can go from 60 at night to 90, 100 during the day. The grapes love it because the struggle helps their roots get deeper, really helps them grow. I always think of a butterfly, so grapes are very similar to butterflies. And you can tell me the real word.
Diurnal shift is what they call that. Cornville is the second largest diurnal shift on the planet other than one place in Spain. On average, we have about a 42-degree swing. We sit on volcanic rock, a lot of it. Puts a lot of mineral into the grape. So you get a lot of different phenolics out of the grapes because of the different different soil.
Your collaboration with Acoustic Cellars, what type of things are you guys doing with them right now?
Well, Leon J plays here 4 times a month. Very well received, and we love Leon. We send people over there to his place for accommodations. He in turn has a tour bus company, so we get to see them here too.
It's been a hot minute, man. It's probably been 30 years since I touched a piano. Here we go. Damn it.
So this is our stage. It's always set up, obviously, with our historic 102 years old, that piano. This is my Taylor. This thing has been on the road, baby, internationally, all around. 26 years now.
That's where you truly connect with, is the music, the blues specifically. You were inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, right?
Heritage Blues Hall of Fame.
What does that mean to you?
It was a huge compliment for me. Mostly just so happy to be acknowledged for the work that I've done, the hard work.
When did you first pick up a guitar?
Guitar when I was about 21.
Okay.
I was a drummer since I was 4. This is my first National. This is a Style O resonator. It's got a single comb, and it's very bright, really loud, and doesn't need to be electrified in rooms that are especially like this. But in the juke joints, they would play these guitars because they didn't have electricity. So back in the old days, the Delta guys would all be thumping on these things and cranking out some tunes, right? So check this out. You hear how loud that is, right? Keeping the roots of American music alive. It's really my most important passion. As a matter of fact, Don and I have started a foundation, American Roots Blues Foundation.
American Roots Blues Foundation.
And we want to go into the schools, and I do shows at the schools and educational things. And we've got all the different drums, which we're going to feature in the concert tonight, where I do my historic show. We call it the Crossroads Chronicles. And it's a show where I start with an African drum and do some beats and hollers, and then take you on a historic timeline through how the Delta music influenced American modern music. And in that, I get to use some different guitars. So tonight, we're gonna use my cigar box guitar, Rocky Patel's that I smoked. So I touch on multiple different characters of these blues guys that created what we know as American music today. When this was an opportunity, I thought, I can still get my music fix. People can come here, right?
Best of both worlds.
I can still wail on them and put the blues on them and throw the mojo on them and let them feel what I'm doing. Welcome my brother Steve, everybody. So what you want to think about when you think of Son House is he created this thing called the Delta Thump. Probably heard that in a lot of tunes, right? What you got to say, Lunch?
What are your future plans? What is the big picture for Acoustic
Good
Cellars
question.
Lodge?
We want to encourage people for our sip, stay, and play opportunities with the new pickleball court.
Yeah.
Pickleball's a big fad, right?
It's a big fad.
I never even played it until a year ago, Dawn and I. We have a beautiful spot. We were able to do that court, private, regulation size. So we're going to do round robin tournaments, weekend getaways. We've connected with a major sports professional supplier for pickleball.
Okay.
Bringing up independent pros.
Yeah, how do I get into that space?
Exactly.
We'll get out there and hit them and see if you got it in you. Let's
go do it, brother.
I love it.
What else that's in store for us is our Acoustic Cellars Winery. We're building our wine tasting room and whole winery where we process our wine. We have all the equipment, all the bottles, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
We just need our final permit and then our winery.
We like dry wines, so our wine is going to be sugar-free, keto-friendly, no heavy chemicals, so no hangovers and none of the headaches.
And then also our wine has a curated playlist on the back. So there's a QR code.
With the music, wine and music.
You download your playlist and you sip your wine while drinking with that playlist.
Okay, that's cool.
Specifically developed to drink with that wine.
Thus Acoustic Cellars.
Damn straight. Cheers to you guys.
We've tried to articulate what this unique experience is, and we've had a hard time doing that because everybody that comes here says the same thing. Didn't know what you're getting into, and this is unbelievable. I need to tell all my friends about this, right? And it's so consistent.
Cornville, Arizona.
Cornville, baby.
What's the best way for somebody to book this place or get in touch with you guys to, book a weekend, a retreat, whatever?
AcousticCellars.com, and then you can also call me. And it's best to call if you want to do a group, because then we can really hash out the details. What kind of weekend do you want to have? Do you want it jam-packed with stuff, or do you want it to be relaxing? Do you want trainings?
So you guys really get to personalize it based on the groups, the individuals, whoever's coming. You can make it whatever it is they're looking for, right?
Yep, 100% curated experience.
That's legit.
Off to do a wine crawl. Bye, babe.
Thank you again.
All right, off to
You're the
take
man.
another group. Yeah.
Take another group. Get it done.
Amazing wine, perfect weather, great people, awesome music. I mean, what else can Cornville have? This place is amazing. I love it so much.
This is awesome.
Until next time on The American Dream.